Hey everybody, welcome to GeekStorm. I'm Sean Hilton, owner of Comics Cubed, founder of the Kokomo Con, and some other crap that you don't care about.
Aww.
Today I'm joined by my good friend Michael Allen Harrison, and we're going to fill you up about things related to Disney, television, the Oscars, comic books, and other geekery. But first up, for like the third time in his... Oh, I'm sorry, somebody died first.
Oh, Albert Finney.
Tell us about it.
I don't really... Lauren just told me 20 minutes ago.
How would the people who might go, that name sounds familiar, how would they know Mr. Albert Finney?
Probably his biggest role for American audiences was in Aaron Brockovich. He was played Massery, who was Aaron's lawyer boss. I remember him, probably the first time I remember him was maybe 80s, was a sci-fi called Looker, in which they captured the images of actors and did some sci-fi stuff, whatever.
He was a heavy set,
kind
of pudgy guy that didn't have a traditional Hollywood look and played, characters, character actor kind of guy.
Albert Finney passed away for unknown reasons. It's breaking news.
I mean, he was up there a little bit.
We might be. Sure.
This isn't necessarily.
He was probably 70.
Yeah, we're not necessarily looking at drug reports. Quincy Emmy coming in to have to do some kind of murder. Jack Klugman is well dead. So sorry, Jack Klugman. Sorry, Albert Finney. So for the first, the third time in Oscars history, they're going without a host. After some host controversy, Kevin Hart was brought on early on, and somebody did some digging and found out that he made some joke about homosexuals or something of that name. He used the wrong language in 2019, 2018, back in the 1990s. Somebody brought it up. He got busted. I'm not trying to say it's right or wrong, but at this point, nobody that I know of over the age of 10 could ever run for any public office or do anything ever again, because no matter what you said, at age you said it, or how you have grown beyond whatever stupid thing you said when you were too young to understand what you were saying, will be held against you in a court of public opinion and stop you from doing anything that you ever wanted to do. So give it up. It's just not going to matter. But regardless of all that, he turned down the part, or got kicked out of the part, was asked to come back to the part, chose not to do it, and so they're going to go without a host. Now, I know you're a big fan. I haven't watched it in a long time, but we know a lot of people are. One of the issues with the Academy in the last several years, even back when I was watching, it's too damn long. They have broken out categories now, more categories into in the pre-show, these people won some things. And then science and technical, there's a whole different show for them that nobody watches. So maybe without a host, maybe we get it to 3 hours.
There's another change they're making.
Oh, this just in. There's going to be a 24-second shot clock on the Oscars.
Well,
that'd be awesome.
I mean, they do tell them you have X amount of seconds for your speech, and they start playing you off with music, and some people try to push it off, whatever. This year, the clock starts when they announce your name.
Oh, so even before you get up to the stage.
Yeah, so the guy back doing the screenwriter thing in the back, he's gonna have a shorter speech, or fewer people to hug on the way down, or whatever they do. But you get 90 seconds from the time they ask your name to off the stage, to being
90 seconds.
90 seconds.
So like the old person, even if you're in the second or third row, you got the 80-year-old that wins something. They gotta get up there. At this point, it just what do you gotta say?
Like when,
at your seat.
When Chris Evans helped Betty White up the steps, he was doing her a favor. He knew she only has so much time, and she might break a hip.
She might outlive Chris Evans.
She might.
Come on.
She might.
Betty White, Keith Richards, they're on some program. Sure. We don't know or we understand.
Chris Evans, I think, probably the greatest human being on the planet. But go ahead with your show. With your little show. Chris Evans, not Helmsworth.
Oh.
Evans.
Oh, Star-Lord.
No, that's Pratt.
It's not Star-Lord?
Chris Evans is Captain America.
The hockey player. Oh.
No.
Captain America?
No. Yes.
Do you mean Johnny Storm?
No, yes.
So he's the number one.
I think he's the greatest.
He's better than Hemsworth?
He's so great. Oh, yeah.
Tony Stark.
Even better than Stark.
What?
Even better than RDJ.
Oh, man.
Without the initials.
Why? Just because he's Captain?
Can we do a show? Let's do a show.
So,
what are we talking about today?
Well, we're talking about the Academy. Anybody nominated this year you care about? Anything exciting?
I will say, I think maybe not too long ago I said something about, just because you didn't get nominated doesn't mean you got snubbed. Sorry. But really, honestly, Bradley Cooper should have been nominated. I called it when I saw this movie. I leaned over to Casey. I said, he's going to get nominated for Best Director because this was a great movie.
And he did by the SAG Awards and the Golden Globes, I think, also.
Yeah, you can't say
everybody but the Oscars, I think.
Amazing. I don't know how. I don't know how it happened.
But the movie itself is nominated for best song and best screenwriting or something of that, or best adaptation. Mm-hmm. It's nominated for a handful of things. I think
probably got a best picture.
Maybe Lady Gaga got. Did she get?
I don't think so.
Really?
I don't remember, but I don't think so.
All right. And then
because the actors are still at 5. The movie's bumped up to between 5 and 10,
or whatever number, whatever
it's
random
between
number
5 and 10
we want this year.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that.
So, but the first superhero movie is nominated, with Black Panther being nominated for Best Picture.
Sure. So much so that Marvel Studios and I think maybe just AMC, but I could be wrong. Other theaters are putting out Black Panther for 1 week for free to all comers. Anybody wants to see it, come and see Black Panther. So any kids that didn't get a chance to see it because they're lower income, or their parents are busy, or maybe they can skip school. I think they encourage them to skip school to go see this movie.
To go see Black Panther?
Yes, I'm told.
It's a cool idea.
Yeah.
I mean, we're in February is Black History Month. The whole Black Panther thing being the first very much, their ensemble cast won something at the Screen Actors Guild, I believe it was.
And that the ensemble cast is their best picture.
Oh,
it's that.
I honestly didn't know that.
Yeah,
and they won that.
Yes.
Well, that's good for them.
Yes.
And then during it, when they did the speech, they didn't bother to thank Mr. Kirby or Mr. Lee.
Right.
But they were busy thanking everybody else.
And you know what else? When in the Golden Globes, when Into the Spider-Verse won Best Animated, they didn't thank Dan Slott. He invented the Spider-Verse. Okay, he didn't invent Spider-Man. That's cool. He didn't do the Bendis with Miles, but he invented Spider-Verse. It's in the title. It's based on the books that he wrote. Whatever. You could have said something to Dan Slott. Thanks, Dan Slott.
Give some love where it belongs, people. Come on, quit being heathens. But so that's cool. I think AMC, if it's just them or whatever, with this whole free thing, will make a fortune because Marvel, Disney isn't going to charge them anything to show the film,
right?
And they're going to sell so much popcorn and candy that you didn't spend any money getting the movie, so you might as well splurge and get $20 worth.
You're going to spend $20.
Whatever.
You're going to spend
so $20. I think that's kind of cool. It'll be fun, and I think it's a good movie. I'll happily see it.
Right.
But
there's more.
We are, I think, a month and 1 day away from Captain Marvel.
Pretty excited about that.
I am very stoked about Captain Marvel. And I'm hearing from a lot of other people that they're not jazzed.
I don't know why.
A lot of people are like, I'm like, how can you look at these previews and they keep getting better and better? You're getting it like late 80s, early 90s kind of vibe. That's cool. You're getting a young Nick Fury. Mm-hmm. We're getting Clark says Coulson back again. You're getting a brand new, very powerful character. Not in the comic books. And I don't want to be all pissy about it, but in the trailers, you keep the most powerful character in the Marvel Universe. There's the Hulk. Okay? Done. There's nobody. Captain Marvel is not more powerful than the Hulk.
Well,
can't be done.
Well,
and so that's
even
just
Thanos is stronger than the Hulk. In the movies, definitely.
He can snap.
No.
He got magic snap powers.
He's because he's a Hulk. He's a Titan.
The Thing. Thing's amazing.
He gets his face beat in all the time.
You're right. And you know what happens when he does, Mike? What happens?
I don't know.
He gets back up because the Thing don't stay down. He's a tub thumper, that's for sure.
That's not on here.
He's great. So excited about that.
Yeah.
Not excited, though, about the Super Bowl and their BS ads. Holy cow. New Avengers Endgame trailer coming. It was trailers for trailers for trailers. We're all getting pumped to go see a trailer.
Nobody ever said there was going to be an Endgame trailer.
Talking about it. Okay, there it is.
TV spot.
And it was horrible.
It's a TV spot. Nobody said it was going to be a trailer.
So bad. Extra, 30 seconds?
Sure. $5.6 million.
Just nothing good at all in that. Just really disappointed.
All right, sorry.
Greatly disappointed in that.
Sorry.
But Captain Marvel gave us some...
new footage.
Some new footage, and so I was pretty stoked about that. Costume looks great. Brie Larson seems to be, from everything I'm seeing, just taking it in and
great
really,
actress.
really enjoying the role.
Did you just have a stroke?
No, I sneezed, but I didn't want to sneeze, so I just kept it in. It's internal. There was an internal combustion.
All right.
So pretty stoked about that. And then we get Shazam coming up as well. I don't think there's been a lot of new footage of that, but we're getting closer and closer.
Probably need one more trailer.
I would think so. I mean, we don't know the story yet. That's what we've been kind of waiting for.
Savannah, Mark Strong.
So
that's it.
You know I just saw the Lego Movie yesterday.
Oh, how was it?
And it was good. Okay. But we saw previews for Spider-Man. We saw previews for Shazam. We saw some really fun, cool new previews. But we didn't. Some of these you're not seeing story. You're not getting the plot yet. And then as we get closer and closer, you finally get the plot, story. I
don't need the plot. I've seen enough Captain Marvel. I want to see the movie. I've seen enough Avengers.
Avengers didn't have to do any advertising. We're going to go to that.
They don't. And all their marketing for the entire movie from the get till the day of release is only going to cover the first 20 to 30 minutes of the movie anyway.
Wow.
Of what could be a 3-hour running time.
Yeah, right now it's at 3 hours. Yeah, that's what they're saying, and I'm super excited.
So they're
I'm going to get my money's worth.
Keeping things secretive.
That's before director's cut. So right now, theater cut's at 3 hours, and I don't think it's going to get much shorter. I think that they're probably plugged into that number.
I sat through the Lord of the Rings extended editions. I can definitely sit through something that's awesome.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it. So, any rumors, any theories about either Captain Marvel or Avengers that you want to get out there on the record that I think blah 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 and
There's a new piece of promotional art that got released I think yesterday that looks really fan made, but apparently is very real, and it's just a lineup of them in some costumes. The Hulk is wearing like a full costume for some reason.
Wearing a what costume?
A full costume. I mean, he has a shirt on.
He's got something on.
Yeah, the Hulk has a shirt on.
All right,
but that's real.
That's all you got?
That's real. Yeah.
All right, so we have to be thinking about the next phase.
Okay.
Are we in phase 4?
4 will be coming up. Yeah.
4 is coming up. And right now, with Guardians on hold, got a lot of movies slated, obviously, but we don't see, unlike Thanos, which really kicked off this whole thing and has been going strong for all these phases, we know that there's going to be something. That something very likely could be Skrulls.
Could be.
Hoping for Skrulls. That said, will they make the comic book jump to one of our Avengers, or at least one of our main characters, being a Skrull? And if so, who would it be, do you think? Completely speculation. We're now just spitballing, having a good time.
I would say maybe a Black Widow.
Ooh.
Her movie that's coming out is a prequel. It's set before Iron Man 2, I believe, when she made her first appearance. Maybe a Black Widow.
Be good.
I mean, you rule out obviously Captain America and RDJ because they're not going to be doing any more movies. Technically, they may come here or there, but they're not going to be. You have to if you do
Shouldn't be full time.
Yeah. And if you do it with somebody, it has to be somebody that's going to continue to be in the movies because I'm a Skrull. I took the form of Black Widow, but I still have to look like Black Widow. So that means that actress has to play that part. So I don't know, man. Hopefully it's somebody significant.
Yeah, I've been hearing some rumors a long time about Hulk and the whole him not changing and going back and forth. So Black Widow would be great, though. Did they ever explain her being blonde?
Not that I know. Well, other than being
she's incognito
on the run, yeah.
Except she still looked exactly like Black Widow.
Yeah, that's
just
tough.
Like, hey, you're Black Widow you're a blonde Black Widow now.
Right.
Oh, all right.
But I don't know. Do you have any ideas? Any
I said the Hulk would be kind of a fun one. That and I just think that actor,
Mark Ruffalo.
I think Mark would kind of dig and have fun with that. Who knows? I just assumed everybody's kind of like trying to figure out how Scott Lang is out of the thing after what happened to him in the last one. I'm like, as far as we know, Ghost and Black Goliath didn't get snapped. They would probably both have the ability or knowledge to work, especially Black Goliath.
Right.
Would be able to. Bill Foster should be able to get him out of that. So
maybe
I don't think there's any people are trying to make a big deal of how Scott Lang's there, and I'm just like, I don't think that's that big a deal when you have a lot of ways for him to possibly get out of that situation.
Yeah.
But the other one could obviously be, if they don't bother to explain it, Skrull, and that would be kind of fun with that character.
Maybe.
So, what would you think of there being some kind of official recap of the entire setup by the guy from
Luis?
Yes.
Sure.
Now, obviously, they're not going to do it at the theater.
Sure.
But if they were to do like some kind of YouTube kind of video to promote Disney Plus as well, like, hey guys,
I think it might happen. There's
That'd
still
be
plenty,
so much
plenty of
fun.
time. It'd be funny. It'd be a great, last trailer. In case you missed it, this is what happened.
Okay.
Go. That'd be great.
So that'd be some fun, cool stuff.
Speaking of Disney Plus,
man, a lot of stuff, a lot of information just came out, guys.
yeah, Marvel. Marvel did had their earnings first quarter earnings meeting. So really just a big telephone
Is
call.
it Iger or Eager?
Bob Iger.
Bob Iger. Okay.
Yeah. He's very happy with the state of Star Wars, with the state of Marvel, obviously. Regardless of whether or not you liked The Last Jedi or Han Solo.
Turns out
They made a lot of money, and they'll continue to make a lot of money, so they're very happy. With as far as Marvel goes, Captain Marvel will be the first movie that doesn't go to another streaming service.
Netflix.
Yeah, it'll go right to Disney Plus, and Marvel. I don't know. I know Legion just got canceled. Okay, their third season, their upcoming season, whatever, is going to be the final season.
Okay.
And it's a Fox title, so. We'll see if they're trying to shy away from some of the TV stuff. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. got renewed for an additional season, not just the one coming up, but an additional season.
I haven't watched that since like season 3. This is what, season 8?
Maybe.
I'm so far behind now that
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm shocked because it was Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I mean, I stopped watching it, and I'm a huge comic fan, but I'm like, this show is so all over the place. It seemed to be a show that was constantly on the bubble.
Right.
Always on the bubble. I still own a comic store. Nobody comes in and talks about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Right.
So to not only get, brought up for one season, but 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Wow. Now, is that staying on ABC, though?
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Well, as far as I know, nobody said any different.
That's crazy to me.
But it's coming back. Coulson is dead, and there's, speaking of your scrolls, there's a...
He's really dead?
Well, he's dead in the show, and he says he's dead, and he says the character he comes back and plays is not Coulson, which makes me think, okay, immediately makes me think Skrull, but then makes me think, well, if he really was a Skrull, would they be telling us that he wasn't really Coulson? When he, would that actor and the studio be saying, okay, he's playing not Coulson, but I don't want you to be surprised.
Life model decoy?
Surprised when he's, I don't know what he is yet.
Oh, I didn't know he died. So.
Yeah, he died.
Oh, I wish I didn't know that.
He died. Him and May got together though.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
It was
that's
nice. It was nice.
So,
They came back from space.
were the 2 British people ever?
They're still. Oh yeah, they're a
still
couple.
around?
They're a couple.
Really?
One of them right now is trapped in deep space somewhere. Right now. So,
Deep space?
You know how it is.
Yeah. It happens. But also in that meeting,
In the future.
he
Go
not
ahead.
only is Captain Marvel going to go straight to Disney Plus.
Yes.
Which have they announced the exact date yet? Do we know?
For Disney Plus, no.
So, that's interesting.
Yeah.
But they are also during that meeting very intent on their number one goal is to increase their online capacity for their direct to viewer consumption.
Right.
Is what they're going with. So that is number one, not the parks, not the movies, the Netflix style digital audience. That is their number one goal, and they're going after it with everything they've got. They are throwing money at it. And the thing is, we've talked before, like the Netflix, if you just do 1 month, it's like over $1 billion or something like that.
Right.
So imagine what Disney's budget is to do whatever the hell they want.
Right.
We're looking at several original Marvel miniseries with the known actors, people we know,
Right.
big names. They're not like all of a sudden shunting in, this guy is going to take over for Anthony Mackie. No, we're going to, if we're doing something with Anthony, it's going to be Anthony.
Right.
And stuff like that. So, but that's just Marvel. Now, we also know we're getting a Star Wars series from them.
Right.
And that is going to have a huge, crazy budget as well.
2 Star Wars series.
2 Star Wars series. So that's just the tip of the iceberg. What else are they going to do? Also in this meeting, they were very clear that they're not going to Disney-fy things. So if it's supposed to be rated R, they're not going to shy away from that.
Correct.
They've made enough money. They've seen it on the wall. Deadpool at rated R
Right.
made money. Wolverine at rated R can make money. So if a title needs to be
Right.
rated R,
Right.
it's going to be. Also, they came out and said the same thing with Aliens and Predator, which I think they acquired.
Oh.
Those will remain rated R and not become
Right.
PG-13 kiddie, popcorn fodder.
Right.
They're going to stick with these kind of things, which I think is going to make hardcore fans happy who have been afraid of things being Disneyfied.
Right.
But then again, I can tell you, when Marvel bought Disney, or Disney bought Marvel, and people, I was hearing the same thing. Mickey Mouse is going to be on the cover of everything, and
Right.
blah blah blah. I can tell you, nothing like that has ever happened.
Right.
Not only has that not happened, Marvel doesn't even make Disney comics. Marvel are the Disney characters, like your Bugs Bunny or your Mickey Mouse, your whatever, not Bugs Bunny, but Mickey Mouse, Donald, all those guys. Those are licensed out to a whole different comic company that's not owned by them. Boom makes them. So it's kind of, so yeah, they're not. And they're also making now, and I'm really excited about this, Boom is making all ages versions of Spider-Man, the Avengers, and Black Panther's coming up.
Boom's doing that?
Boom is doing that.
Wow. That's surprising.
And they look great. The art has been spectacular.
Wow.
Really, really good looking books. So I'm really impressed with them. It's the first, a lot of the times when we've had books that are all ages or meant for a younger audience, they have always felt watered down. They've always felt like kiddie books.
Like Hostess Pie commercial?
Exactly. It's like you got Spider-Man's face on it,
Right.
but it's just cheesy as hell,
Right.
and nobody cares about it.
Right.
When we got the first issue in of the Spider-Man one, it had better art on the cover than the Amazing Spider-Man and the regular Spidey books we had for adults.
That's cool.
The Avengers book was kind of the same way, and I've read the second Avengers because the first one sold out. It was continued. So a lot of times, almost all of the time, with these younger ages books, it's always one and dones.
Right.
You get, whatever the story is,
Self-contained.
one issue. That way the kid doesn't have to go whatever. Well, I can tell you in the Avengers, it's like Iron Man's being brainwashed, and by AIM, they've got the actual beekeeper guys, and it's like part 2. And it didn't end. So we're going into like a third issue. So they're treating the audience, I think, a little more adult-wise. So with all this big announcements coming out from Disney, I think there's a lot of things for geeks to get excited about. Disney Plus is looking amazing. I didn't purchase CBS Direct or whatever, even though they've got Trek and they've got the Good Wife spinoff and they've got some other things. But Disney Plus is going to be hard for me to not do. I haven't even done the DC one. And they've got,
a waste.
They had the Teen Titans, they've got Young Justice, they've got Doom Patrol coming up, they've got Swamp Thing coming up. I think they've got something else coming up. I've heard pretty good things about the Teen Titans.
I didn't like it.
You didn't like it?
I watched the whole thing.
I have not seen that yet.
It was awesome in that they didn't mess around. They went full Monty on costumes.
Full Monty?
Yeah, on costumes and everything, and almost a new character every single episode. But it just felt really super loose. I don't know. I didn't like it.
Well, I would still like to see it. I'll eventually see it.
Sure.
And maybe once Young Justice is done, because I loved the first 2 Young Justice cartoon series. So I look forward to seeing it. So maybe I'll just wait a little bit and then check it out, binge it. It's supposed to be cool to have it play at the store. It's probably against some rules.
Disney Universe Channel has financially not done very well at all. So
DC
Yeah.
or Disney? You just said Disney.
I said Disney. I
But DC, it's not doing that great, huh?
No, it didn't do very well.
That's
Or
too
hasn't
bad.
done very well. So I don't know. How long
Well,
it'll be around.
I hope it picks up. It's still, I like having the option, even though I haven't taken it yet. But again, like CBS, even with brand new Star Trek, which I love Star Trek, was not enough to make me do the jump.
Season 2 is even better than season 1.
Is
Anson
it?
Mount is amazing.
Who's Ensign Mount?
Anson Mount is the new Captain Pike.
I love Pike.
Hell on Wheels.
He's one of my absolute favorite. I love.
He's great. He's like after seeing the first episode, I'm like, this is my favorite captain now. And the people I'm doing, I do another podcast or a video thing like this about Discovery, and they're like your favorite this series? I'm like, no, I think he's my favorite of all captains. He's got like Kirk swagger, but he's got like Picard's caringness and willingness to work with other people,
cool.
and Anson, he's charismatic and he's good.
Pike from the one episode he did, the Cage, the initial one before it was redone as the whatever, it is my favorite captain. Him and Sulu, because there was a couple of book series done about Sulu. Those are my 2 favorites. So if he's cool, I would love to check that out.
He's awesome.
And see it. But I've also heard, I've heard some bad things as well, though, about Discovery. Are the ratings down? Is there something going on?
I don't know how they track that.
Okay.
I have no idea.
So I'm kind of curious. Now, I am up on the Orville, though.
Orville's
loving the Orville.
It was great.
Seeing some really good stuff there, some great acting, and the fart jokes and whatnot, the stuff I think people showed up for initially continues to get, it's there, but now it's like 90% Star Trek episode.
Oh, for sure.
10%.
It's almost all Next Generation.
Silly, frivolous
and then we
crap.
throw a couple jokes in,
Yeah,
for sure.
So I've really, really enjoyed that quite a bit. I watched the first episode right before this happened of Deadly Class. Did you get a chance to watch Deadly Class?
I watched the
yet?
first half of it or so. I watched for 25 minutes of it.
I initially watched the first half because I was watching it on demand, and it got to a commercial, and then my Xfinity thing was like, nope. It went to a black screen, which I sat through for like 3 minutes thinking, all right, it just failed to load up whatever the commercial is, and once we're done, never happened. It took another 20 minutes to watch, like the last 15, 20 minutes, because I kept having to like pause, stutter, fast forward, trying to just figure out my way around it. I can say after just the one episode, though, really liked it. Really liked the visual for what I assume is a sci-fi budget. It's on sci-fi, so I assume it's, I don't expect a huge budget from sci-fi.
Right.
But was really impressed with the visuals that they were able to pull off, the look of it. Just overall, it caught my attention very quickly.
I'll finish it.
I am going to definitely watch. I think it's up to episode 4 or 5.
Are you familiar with the comic at all? Did you ever read it?
I read like the very first issue.
I think that's what I read too.
Now I've just ordered the first 6 trades for the store. I did have a guy just yesterday asking about it, so that tells me that we have like 2 subscribers to get the book on a regular basis, but it's up into the 30s or 40s, and it's not. It's one of those books that does a storyline and then goes on a hiatus.
Yeah.
Comes back, does a storyline, goes on a hiatus. So it's never late per se. It's just a matter of when the story's done.
Right.
They don't rush into trying to get to the next one. They allow that to build up, and that's become kind of a thing that we're seeing.
Did you grab some Y the Last Man trade paperbacks?
We always have Y. Okay. We sell out of Y. We get it back in.
Good.
That's one of those,
perennials.
Yes. It's always there. So it's a great book. That is the guy who gave my first job in comic books. I was just talking to him recently. We talked back in like 1989, 1988, something like that. It's like one of his all-time favorite books now.
Oh, wow.
He thinks it's a actual comic masterpiece and that more people need to know about it. So now that it's been picked up by Hulu,
I think.
Stars, Prime, somebody, a cable channel.
Stars, I think.
Has picked it up.
That sounds right.
Why the Last Man was a DC. Is it FX?
All right, FX.
DC Vertigo book. Went, I think, 70, 80 issues, something like that, and told the story of one particular man in a world where just an event happens. And I don't know if they ever actually explained the event, but I've only read like the first 2 or 3 trades. But basically, every single man on the planet dies. Everybody's dead. Instantaneously, boom. And this one guy, Yorick, I think his name is, survives. Him and his pet monkey. They survive, and then you got a whole world run by women who some people find out, hey, there's one guy running around.
Get him!
He becomes kind of a valuable commodity.
Does it become a Scooby-Doo montage where they're like running from room to room? Did it?
Wow. I hope not.
I don't know. You read the book. I didn't see it.
So, no, that was definitely not part of the book.
That's what I see.
But it looked pretty. It's been pretty interesting.
Good.
Lego Movie was a lot of fun. I didn't think, and almost everybody's back that did the original. Liam Neeson, I don't think did much if he had one single line, but he whatever. But all the major players are back. It's fun. It's what you'd expect. I didn't think it was quite as good as the first one. The whole theme of the story really is the brother or the kid from the very first one now has a little sister who they mention at the end of that one, but now it's them 5 years later.
Will Ferrell in it,
and that's kind of funny. Oh. His voice is,
okay,
but you never saw him.
Gotcha.
But you hear his voice not only in the Lego thing, but they introduced Mom.
Oh.
And now we see Mom.
Who is it?
And is it Rodolfo? What's her name?
Maya Rudolph?
Yes.
Oh.
That's Mom. And she's great. So she takes that place. And you hear from the background, Will Ferrell getting paid to basically just do some voice acting.
Right.
So it was good. But the whole, I get, everybody has that relationship, I guess, with their sister. you know, your older brother, younger sister kind of deal, and blah blah. But funny.
Good.
Everything is not awesome is one of the songs.
Aw.
So it's pretty well done. Yeah, it was fun.
You have 30 seconds to talk about comics.
Highly recommend it. Check out new Daredevil #1 from Chip Zdarsky. That was really sharp.
I'm sorry, who?
Chip Zdarsky.
I'm going to look at that.
However you want to, it's first name.
All right.
Female Furies #1 from DC is also worth checking out. And Young Justice #2. Those are my 3 big books for the week.
Awesome.
Daredevil, Young Justice. You should probably check out Young Justice.
I should.
It's fun.
All right.
It's a good little book. Well, Female Furies was good too. So.
Happy birthday to Kyan today. He's 10 years old. And,
Don't care.
And his uncle, Damien.
Oh, great.
No.
Uncle Damien.
Yeah.
Is he Batman's kid?
No.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Also, they have birthdays on the same day.
Oh, that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Happy birthday, guys.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, the Wonder Twins.
That's coming out, I think, next week.
Wow.
All right, everybody. Sean Hilton, Mike Harrison. Come down to Geek Street. Check out Comics Cubed. Check out the best toy store in all of the land, Kokomo Toys and Collectibles, located at 111 East Sycamore. And we're going to happily help you geek out. So be groovy. We'll see you next time. It's going to be awesome.